that it has is that it literally regulates the red blood cells in the body. It regulates the blood pressure, and of course, it also balances the water and chemicals in the human body. But one of the main things the kidneys do is that they literally remove waste matters from the system, right? Waste from the system. So it acts as a filtering out waste from the system, and of course, making the distinction between that which is necessary for the body and that which is waste. Eliminate the waste, and that which is necessary, it sends through the various, cells and particles to the various parts of the body so the body can function effectively. So you see, the kidney is vital. If you are able to eliminate waste from the system, particularly water waste, then of course you start to retain water in your body, and then you start to spread like the green bay tree, swelling in the feet, swelling around the eyes, swelling puffiness of the face, that type of thing. Many people are currently experiencing this, but unaware as to why this is so. Some of the signs and symptoms that we can look for, in persons who are developing kidney failure, particularly the chronic version, is that there seem to be changes in the output of their urine. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, what we see is that these people tend to wake up at night and they urinate a lot. Yes, we also see where there is a high level of protein in their urine as well. That is something that is one of the things that they test for when they are tested for any type of renal challenges. We see that these individuals then tend to lose the sharpness of their mental faculty. They experience things like muscle twitches and lots of cramps all over the system. Of course, the swelling of the feet and the ankle usually takes place. That is why usually when people call to say, hey, Chris, my feet is swollen, particularly in the ankle area, what can you do to help? I normally ask the question, have you had your kidneys tested? Because, of course, that is one of the common signs and symptoms of this particular challenge. High blood pressure goes without saying that this is a challenge again and a symptom of those persons who will sometimes struggle with kidney problem. Nausea, of course, vomiting. You're eating, and every time you eat, you keep, bringing up that which you would have ate. Of course, the loss of appetite. You have no desire for food, because if you're vomiting and bringing up the food, it makes no sense you eat. Fatigue and weaknesses, and of course, the various types of sleep orders. Suffice it to say that, you people may be experiencing some of these symptoms, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're struggling with a renal problem. It could be other things. It could be, in the case of the urine, it could be that of prostate issue. Of course, with the fatigue and the decrease in mental faculty, that could be, early signs of Alzheimer's. But the best way for you to know, ladies and gentlemen, is for you to check with your physician. Get your body checked to see what's happening. Don't be afraid to visit your doctor to see what is happening with you, because the doctors, they have the tools, they have the mechanisms, they have the machines that are capable to reveal certain things to us, and it makes sense that you visit to have that particular check. What we have seen, though, is that there are some major risk factors, of course, that we can use to determine whether or not people will develop chronic kidney disease or any type of renal challenge. And of course, one of the first is diabetes. And let me just tell you that diabetes is the leading cause of renal failure globally. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, diabetes, especially type 2 diabetes, is the leading cause of renal challenge globally. This one is the one that weakens the blood vessels, And with the weakening of the blood vessels, then of course the transportation of fluid becomes a lot challenging. And so what you see is a shutting down of the kidneys over a period of time. So if you are diabetic, pre-diabetic, or your family has a history of diabetes, then of course this is something that you must take into consideration. High blood pressure, yes, high blood pressure, of course, is one of those issues as well that is really a risk factor when I think about the whole kidney challenge. Because of course the kidney is that important organ that is used to regulate blood pressure throughout the system. And of course, if your blood pressure is too high, then what you're going to do is to place a lot of pressure on your kidney, and so blood traveling through your arteries becomes a lot difficult, and your kidney just becomes too overworked or burdensome. Smoking is one of those issues that may lead to kidney challenge again. Obesity, oh my goodness gracious me, the fact that one is obese or overweight is just right up there as well, because usually the guy who is overweight or obese tend to be diabetic, tend to struggle with hypertension, tend to struggle with high cholesterol, is at risk for heart failure, is at risk for a stroke. So it's so important for us to know our numbers and to manage ourselves better. So many people have told me in the past, hey Chris, leave me and my weight alone. Case in point, a young man, he was just about 21 years old, but every time he walked, he had to make several stops because he was breathing so heavily. Ladies and gentlemen, one day the gentleman fainted, he collapsed, went to the doctor, and by the time they were able to open the gentleman, to get to what they wanted to fix, it was over. It just wasn't happening. There was too much fat in his system. There's nothing wrong with fat, but too much fat is a problem. If you get to the point where you're overweight or obese, then that is a challenge. If you would like to know your numbers, then there's a simple thing that you can do. You can use what is called the body mass index calculator. You go to Google, you search for it, and you enter your height, 6 feet 2 inches, your weight, 215 pounds, and of course you search, and it will calculate and tell you whether or not you are obese or overweight, and exactly how much pounds you should lose. It's very important that we keep ourselves healthy. We have one life, as I often tell people, one life we have, and of course, that one life, we have no idea what's happening or what's going to happen in the afterlife. We know that God has blessed us with this life. This is what He has given unto us. This is what we know. And, so many people at birth died. So many people who were at 2 and 3 years old are no longer here. So many people who were 30 and 40 are no longer here. One of the things that I've discovered is that it's very rare you find somebody who is happy to leave this world. People want to stay here. You want to enjoy the fruits. You want to enjoy the weather. You want to enjoy people. And so therefore, in order for you to do that, you have to try your best to live a healthy life. Dehydration is another risk factor. The kidneys need water. The body needs water. The body needs to be hydrated. And so when you are, not using up your liquid, then of course it puts the kidney under severe pressure. And of course that can lead to, renal challenge as well. Urinary tract infection, of course, this can move from just the urinary tract into the kidney and of course damage the area. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, when you look at some medications that we use, when you look at some of the toxic chemicals that enters our system, then of course that too is a huge cause for concern. There are some medications that are really detrimental to the kidneys. And when you look at drugs such as antibiotics, some antibiotics are detrimental to the kidney. You're looking at blood pressure medication, these statin drugs. Pastor Samuel Dawes, I'm hoping that he gets here because he has a very good testimony about his kidneys failing and how we have been able to assist him to reverse that. And he would have told us that when he got on blood pressure medications many years ago, the doctors would have indicated to him that one of the side effects of the high blood pressure medication would be, eventual renal failure. And he said he was well on his way to losing his kidneys until he met us, and we were able to alleviate that problem to the point now where his kidneys are now back to normal functioning. So, some medications are really detrimental, and even, believe it or not, for persons struggling with cancer, we see where some chemotherapy treatment, yes, some cancer treatments such as chemotherapy can be detrimental to the kidney as well. Things like dyes and preservatives, toxic chemicals, some perfume, some colognes can also cause the kidney to be struggling and get to that point where you are experiencing renal challenges. Believe it or not, some medicines that are used by people who are struggling with things like HIV/AIDS, can be detrimental as well. And of course, even some drugs that people use. You're talking about those painkiller drugs that people use. You're talking about even, some of the crack and the cocaine and, so many things are out there that can literally damage the good kidneys that God would have blessed us with and cause that renal challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, suffice it to say that even with all of that, now you know the benefit of your kidney. Now you know how to care for your kidney. Now you know the risk factors that are associated with this challenge. You know the signs and symptoms that you are to look out for. So you should ask yourself the question, considering what is transpiring inside of your body, are you at risk right now? Based on your weight, are you at risk? Are you diabetic? If you are, do you believe you are at risk? What about your blood pressure? Where is that reading right now? Are you at risk? Are you a smoker? Are you that individual that is on high blood pressure medication? Are you at risk? That's a big question. And so this evening, if you are at risk, we are here to tell you that there is a natural way through which you can alleviate this particular problem. Ladies and gentlemen, I speak of a set of products that are mushroom based. Yes, that's what they are. And on your screen, you are looking at what is considered to be the original detox tea, the Tedevina detox tea. Now, why is this tea so important? First and foremost, it is formulated to naturally cleanse and to detoxify the body, and that includes the kidneys. Ladies and gentlemen, the kidneys are important. This is that organ that removes waste substances from the system. And so if the kidney becomes corroded to a point where it is unable to function normally, then of course renal failure will be the order of the day. And even before you get to the point of renal failure, you may experience a stroke or a heart attack, and you know how that is. That can be very detrimental. But of course, all of that is pointing to one direction. It is pointing to pain and more pain. And so here is a product that is designed to literally cleanse, pardon me, not just your kidneys, but all the important facets of your body. I'm talking about your liver. I'm talking about your colon. I'm talking about a comprehensive cleanse of your arteries, removing and plugging all of the plaque that is currently comfortably residing in your arteries. I'm talking about your blood. Yes, ridding your blood of any type of toxins that is there currently. The colon, very important aspect of the body. If your colon is carrying waste matters, then it is very likely that the waste in the colon is literally regurgitating itself and finding itself all back into the body. But of course, your cells, yes, the cells, very, very important as well for you to have clean cells, pure cells. And so therefore, this is capable of giving you that comprehensive detox that you need in order to live a healthy life. What makes this tea so powerful? What's the separation? Why this tea as opposed to the competition? Well, you look at your screen and you are seeing 12 ingredients. And of the 12, there are 2 mushrooms. We're talking about chaga and, of course, reishi. We'll learn more about those later. But this combination of ingredients, we have never seen the like of it before. And so far, all the people who have used it have been sharing similar stories. People have said, hey, Chris, listen, there were days when I was constipated. You know, I wasn't able to use the bathroom like I really ought to. Now, all of that has changed. What did I introduce to my system? The tea. There are diabetics who are saying that, my goodness, I have not even touched the other things that you told me about. But what I have seen is that my blood sugar, A1C level, is dropping drastically. One lady would have told me that she only started the teas 2 weeks ago. But what is she experiencing? A reduction in her A1C level from as high as 10.5 to that of 6.1 in just 2 weeks. That's what people are telling us. Because once the system is being cleansed, then the body can now appreciate its normal function easily. And that's exactly what happens. We see women struggling with different types of hormonal issues. We see women with things like PCOS and experiencing early signs of menopause and, you know, all the different types of issues, irregular menstrual cycle. They use just the tea, and what do you know? All of that has changed. Women trying to become mothers, and my goodness gracious me, just by drinking the tea, cleansing those ovaries, eliminating all the poisons of those contraceptives that would have clogged up the system for years. And what do you know? These women are now mothers. Ladies and gentlemen, while you have the tea to cleanse the kidneys, you now want to arrest the problem of any type of renal challenge that you may encounter or is encountering. And let me tell you, this product that I'm going to talk about this evening is all the product that you need. It's called the Cordyceps sinensis extract. Very, 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 very powerful. It is anti-cancer, anti-tumor in terms of benefits. It balances the immune system. Of course, it improves the whole liver function, but of course, it reduces chronic kidney diseases. A research that was done recently would have showed that the Cordyceps sinensis extract lowers creatine levels in people with, you know, chronic kidney diseases and in others. And in that as well, it also protects the kidney from harmful drugs. So you're talking about the drugs that are getting into your system, whether it be for high blood pressure or for diabetes, or if you're a smoker, you know, that person who is using those dangerous drugs for, you know, good feeling, you know, you're talking about the crack, the cocaine, etc. And of course, it also helps, of course, in terms of the complications that are associated with the diabetes. That is what the study would have revealed about this particular product. Very, very, very powerful here that we're talking about it. And of course, more and more research is coming to the fore about the Cordyceps sinensis extract. If you know, are that guy or girl that enjoys reading and researching, this is something that you can undertake for yourself. The information is not hiding. There are many studies that have been done and published all over the place in respected journals. These are peer-reviewed journals. In case you're unaware as to what a peer-reviewed journal is, A peer-reviewed journal really is a journal that a group of individuals who are specialists within a particular field would have produced. So, for example, people who specializes in, diabetes or medicine or different types of medicine, these persons would have, gather themselves together, conduct the research over an extended period of time, and then the information is literally vetted by these persons to make sure it is accurate, and then it is published. More and more people today are now recognizing the value of the Cordyceps sinensis extract because people are using it more and more, and the results that are coming, the results that people are seeing, is just simply amazing. And one of those things that it does is that it lowers the issue of the creatine. That is, one of the challenges of kidney people is that when you go to the doctor, they always check to see what are these levels like, your protein level. And of course, that has to do with the creatine in the system. So make sure that you're not just taking my word for it, but you are conducting your own research as well. And I'm telling you, without fear of contradiction, that I myself have been using this product for some time. My doctor told me that my protein levels were extremely high, of course, and I have been using this product for quite some time. And some of the symptoms that I would have mentioned earlier, that I would have experienced, I'm no longer experiencing any such thing. Of course, there are other studies that are out there, and are, people are coming every day, like I said, with different types of studies, because of course you have to understand that knowledge is on the increase, and there was a time when this type of information would have been frowned upon. But of course, the people in this part of the world, the West, are now appreciating the great work that would have been done by those in the East many moons ago. So this product is very, very powerful, and of course it's available to the person who would have invited you. Let me just caution you to say that if you go, for example, on the internet, you will see many different types of Cordyceps sinensis there. But here we are telling you that the person who invited you is a part of a company where the company has the patent for this particular product coming directly out of Japan. So they have the ingredients there. They would have harvest them, cultivated them, and harvest them there, and then transported them to California in the United States, where the products are manufactured in an environment that is safe, that has FDA approval, FDA certification. So what you are getting when you purchase this product is authenticity. That is what you're receiving. I don't know if you go online and purchase it, from other sources, and something goes wrong, what recourse you will have at that point in time. I have no idea. But what I know is that if you purchase it through the person who invited you here and something goes wrong, you can always point back to us and say, hey, this is what happens. And of course, the company can take responsibility for that. Very important that I made that point. Another of the mushrooms that are very useful, as that we have discovered recently, to aid in the improvement of one's kidney, is the shiitake extract. Now, the shiitake is as a very rich source of plant-based protein. That's what we have come to recognize. So outside of the fact that it's anti-tumor, outside of the fact that it regulates the hormones, particularly in women, and it's a very rich source of the vitamin D's and the B5s and the selenium and the copper, etc., etc., etc. It's also very rich in plant-based protein. And so in addition to that, it is one of those mushrooms that contains less potassium than other types. Yes, very, very important for you to understand that. And so therefore, it is very, very useful for persons who are struggling with these particular problems. And we are seeing where more and more persons are now gravitating towards the shiitake for this particular reason. Strong in terms of the protein content. And of course, if you are seeking to bulk up and to improve your overall health, among other things that you're looking at on your screen, then this is useful for you. The shiitake is available through the person who invited you to the presentation this evening. If you would like to access it, to touch it, and to use it like I do daily, then you get it from that particular person. Now, in addition to the core, so those are the three core products for your, kidney challenges. Based on what we have seen so far, the people who have used them, yes, who are experiencing chronic kidney challenges, one individual would have been at stage 4. His kidney challenge has now been reversed to stage 2. Another person who was at stage 3 is now normal. That is what we have seen from persons who would have had the comprehensive detoxification, from persons who would have added the cordyceps sinensis to their daily diet along with the shiitake mushroom. But of course, there are other issues that literally lead to the failure of the kidneys, yes, or the possible failure of kidneys. One of those is diabetes, another being hypertension, of course, the heart disease and all of these things. We are here to tell you this evening, ladies and gentlemen, that look, let me tell you, the reishi mushroom must be a part of your daily diet. If you're looking to improve your overall health, if you are looking to balance your blood sugar and your blood pressure, and to lower the bad cholesterol, and to improve your liver function, ladies and gentlemen, you can't go beyond the reishi mushroom. The reishi mushroom is said to be the oldest of all mushrooms on God's green earth. It has been here. They have no number on it, but they say it is really the oldest. And one of the things about it, ladies and gentlemen, it is that it is known as the great protector, to protect the human body. In fact, they say people who use it, they tend to describe themselves as really being immortal. Not too sure how true that is, but of course, yes, it is known as the mushroom of immortality. That's how powerful the mushroom is. Some people label it as the great protector. Why is that so? Well, let me tell you. The reishi mushroom consists of over 150 antioxidants. Yes, I said that. Over 150 antioxidants. In excess of 200 polyphenols. And of course, in excess of 3,000 phytonutrients. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your micronutrients that the body craves to be healthy. Let me say that again. These are your micronutrients that allows your body to be healthy. In other words, diseases develop in your body because of nutrient deficiency. Yes, when the body is lacking certain nutrients, then of course diseases will pop up, because the nutrients are there to fuel the system and to cause the human body to function normally. So whenever or wherever there is a deficiency, then of course it leaves room for intrusion. And these intrusions are usually viruses. These intrusions, ladies and gentlemen, are usually infections, and of course they damage the system. So cancer is as a result of nutrient deficiency. Diabetes is as a result of nutrient deficiency. High blood pressure, all of these things, because primarily is the problem because of nutrient deficiency. When we look at the reishi mushroom, for example, and how this literally helps to improve, for example, your blood pressure. What we're looking at is that first and foremost, it slows the absorption of your glucose into your system. And so therefore, when those glucose are slowed in terms of the absorption, what it does is that it reduces the work of the pancreas in producing insulin. So instead of those regular spikes based on what you are consuming, or that huge spike based on what you are consuming, it becomes a lot less because, of course, the absorption of these particular starches, which is then converted to glucose, becomes a lot less and slower in the system. That's one of the main benefits of this particular, mushroom. And of course, people love it all across the world. It is rich in the microactive compounds that we speak about, things like the polysaccharides and the polyphenols, which of course are compounds that lowers the blood sugar level in the human body. It also helps in improving the insulin resistance while reducing pancreatic tissue damages. Very, very powerful mushroom you're looking at right here. And of course, the evidence is out there to literally show, based on the researches that have been done. We also see where the reishi mushroom has the propensity to bolster rather your immune system because of the antioxidants, because of the phytonutrients, because of the polyphenols, and so the infections and the viruses that would usually attack the person who is diabetic can now be warded off. For example, the person with the diabetes foot, once you're on a mushroom like this, then it is bound to heal very fast because the infections and viruses will become a thing of the past. Of course, very, very, very interesting here. Also, in terms of the blood pressure, we see where the reishi mushroom, based on studies that have been done, lowers the blood pressure, and of course the bad cholesterol, and of course these are also associated with diabetes, thus preventing heart disease. Interesting, ladies and gentlemen, we want to tell you that the reishi spore oil is available again through the person who would have invited you. He or she loves you. They say, hey, listen, having this presentation about some certified, organic, medicinal, natural mushrooms. Listen, come and take a listen, because I myself have used them and this is my result. My friend would have used it and this would have been his or her result. And so people are excited to share their result. Let me just tell you, the reishi spore oil in terms of the reishi mushroom is really the highest potency. In other words, the reishi mushroom, when you compare to the reishi extract, it has 400 times the benefits of the extract. So this, of course, is something that I must want. In other words, I'm getting 400 times the antioxidants, 400 times the phytonutrients, 400 times the polyphenols. Oh my goodness gracious me. Therefore, the girl who has cancer, diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, when they use this, it's like an atomic bomb of great health that is being deposited into the body. How can we talk about mushrooms and don't speak of the shaga in terms of diabetes? The shaga mushroom, ladies and gentlemen, has been proven to be the most potent stabilizer of the blood sugar on God's green earth. It doesn't get better. The reishi is up here, but can I tell you, the shaga is a notch higher. So for the people who are diabetic, we usually say to them, hey, if you get these three things, I guarantee you, your doctors will look at you and give you the nod for the rest of your life. What do you need to get as a diabetic? The Tedavida detox seed, the reishi spore oil, along with the shaga extract. If you have those three things and you are utilizing them every day for diabetes, high blood pressure, and of course cholesterol, your doctors will really, be happy with you. So of course, the person who is, struggling with kidney disease as a result of high blood pressure, as a result of diabetes, if you have this combination, then it is very likely that when you add the cordyceps sinensis to it, then what you will have is a total reversal of those challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, this shaga is something I really love myself. There's not a day that goes by that I don't make sure I have my shaga mushroom. Why is that so? Shaga mushroom, ladies and gentlemen, contains bioactive compounds And these properties are known to stabilize the blood sugar. Another benefit is that the sugar mushroom supports strong blood vessels. Of course, when the individual is struggling with diabetes, what happens? The blood vessels weakens. Yes, that's what happens. That is why your vision is blurry. That's why the kidney fails. That is why when you get that little cut on the foot, it becomes difficult to heal because the circulation of blood is literally, crawling as opposed to be running in the system. And of course, sugar, they say, can also normalize your blood pressure and of course your cholesterol level. How do we know that? Again, the Journal of Diabetes Investigation. This is another peer-reviewed journal that people are studying alternative medicine and are publishing these data when they come across them. So we see here where, of course, these individuals would have conducted research, would have shown that there is some level of association between people who are using the mushrooms, yes, for things like renal challenges and diabetes and all these things, and the benefits that they are deriving from them. And so it makes sense that you get that sugar extract into your body so that you can ward off the renal problems, you can ward off the diabetes, you can ward off the hypertension, the high cholesterol, etc. This is what the sugar looks like. And again, the person who invited you on this platform, he or she has it. Yes, if they don't have it, they can tell you where to locate it. Another problem with people who are struggling with hypertension and of course the issue of diabetes is that your vision tend to fail. Yes, you tend to have poor vision. And of course, outside of that, just the fact that, we are into this world of new technologies where we're always on our phones and, the light from the phone and the light from the laptop and the light, these lights that people are now driving with, they are just so crazy and they are, causing more harm to the eyes more than ever. But of course, the diabetic, the hypertensive individuals are those persons that we are most concerned about at this minute. We're saying to you that there's a product that contains some very powerful ingredients. We're talking about things like lutein. If you have never heard about lutein, make sure that you conduct your own research on it. This is one of the most potent I support nutrient that is available out there. There's also vitamin A, which this product contains 25,000 international unit of beta carotene. Very, very good for the vision. Grapeseed is an ingredient. L-taurine extract is also here as an ingredient. So therefore, you're looking at a combination that is second to none. This product you're looking at on your screen has opened the eyes of persons who were blind for 2 years. Let me say that again. People who have been blind for 2 years have used this product and their eyes are open. Ladies and gentlemen, any type of degeneration that is taking place with your vision, then of course you can get some support from this. It doesn't matter if it's cataract, doesn't matter if it's glaucoma, it doesn't matter if it is macular degeneration, whatever it is, you can have some support from this particular product. Get back to the person who invited you. So many of our men who are struggling with diabetes and hypertension, and by extension, renal problems. These men are finding it difficult to have that erection that they so greatly desire. Some wives are looking north, some wives are looking east, some are looking west, some are looking for Mr. John, Mr. Joe, all because their husbands are misfiring in the bedroom because of poor health. We are here to tell you that there is a product here known as Tonkat Ali, and considering the fact that we are of the view that coffee is the second most consumed beverage on God's green earth, only second to water, we have added the Tonkat Ali herb to coffee, and so therefore what you have right here in terms of the Tonkat Ali is a product that bolsters your testosterone levels. And so with heightened testosterone, and then of course the propensity for strength and muscle strength and stronger erection, the ladies will tell you, is very, very, very possible. This right now is one of the fastest selling products we have and in our inventory. And our number one customers are women, because the women say that when they purchase it and they take it home, as ordinary coffee, give it to their husbands, they are noticing some sharp differences in the bedroom. Men who were struggling, like Usain Bolt at 9.58 seconds are now doing the marathons. Men whose organs were very, very small they are now experiencing extension and expansion that they have never seen before. One lady would have told me recently that she'd have been married for 20 years and she never experienced an orgasm with her husband. But she bought the Tonkat Ali and gave him, and 5 days into the Tonkat Ali, the man is touching places that she didn't know existed inside of her body. And she said, listen, Chris, I'm telling you, it wasn't one time, it wasn't two times, it wasn't three times. It was multiple orgasms during the course of that time. Powerful stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. We're not exaggerating. We're not being hyperbolic in any way, shape, or form. We're just giving it to you just like how we have gotten it from our customers. And in case you're saying, but hold on, coffee is supposed to be a bad thing for the kidney because it contains caffeine, we have good news for you. Because with the reishi, with the Tonkat Ali, ladies and gentlemen, coffee, we have infused in this as well the reishi spore oil and the reishi extract. So what you find is that the reishi mushroom neutralizes the caffeine effect. And so even me, a guy who detested coffee in the past, and even some of my brethren who are of the Adventist faith and some other faiths that detest coffee, they are now drinking the coffee because guess what happened? They're not experiencing the caffeine effect. Very, very powerful. However, if you say, hey Chris, I will never drink coffee, can I tell you, from this product here called the Mars, you will have the same libido effect. What am I talking about? I'm talking a product that is designed specifically for our men. I'm talking a product that I consider to be the 5-in-1. This product supports the prostate of men. So men with prostate problems, enlarged prostates, etc. This product helps to reduce your prostate size. Not just that, but it also enhances your desire for intimacy by increasing your libido because of the Tonkat Ali effect. It's all natural, so you don't need to worry about when you're using it that it's going to have the effect of those bad things that you normally take, the V, the L, the C, all these things that you're accustomed to, gentlemen, in using to enjoy a good time in the bedroom. This is all natural. We're talking about ingredients such as ginseng, such as the Tonkat Ali, such as the reishi, yes, and of course the great maca root. These are the ingredients that comprise this awesome product. It provides you with energy and stamina, and of course we have seen many men who for years they struggle to produce little Johnny or little Jane. What do you know? Infertility was the order of the day. As a result of this product, many men are now fathers. But what about the ladies? The diabetes has treated you rough. You have no desire for intimacy. You're struggling because of the diabetes. You're struggling. You're just struggling. It doesn't matter what does it do. It is just not happening. Ladies and gentlemen, for you ladies, we have what is called a Venus, a product that supports healthy intimacy desire for women. Yes, I can tell you, one lady recently reached out to me and said, hey Chris, I must have this product because I'm struggling and my husband is looking outside and I don't like it. I know he's looking outside. And so she decided to get a bottle. She said, listen Chris, when I took the first one, I could not believe what my body was telling me, because for the first time in many moons, her desire for intimacy was extremely high. She said, listen, after the first week, she was calling her husband during his lunch break to say, listen, let's go to the car park. Let's find a little motel, because that was the desire. So even 4 or 5 times for the day, that was her experience, and she continue to purchase her bottle every single month. But in addition to that, it also mitigates the signs and symptoms of menopause. It supports a healthy menstrual cycle. So if you're having, any hormonal challenges in that area, your menstrual cycle is out of whack, then of course there it goes. But what about you that is overweight? What about you right now? You're here with me, Mr. Chris. You talk about the hypertension. You talk about the diabetes. You talk about, all these things. But Chris, what about me? I'm struggling to shed the pounds. Well, I have good news for you. Because the news I have for you is that there's a product on the market called the Skull Max that is designed specifically with you in mind. What does this product will do for you? It will help you to shed those pounds in a very natural and easy way. Very powerful product. There are people here on this call right now who are using it and they're having great results. And of course, we have the 2-in-1. Those of you trying to lose the weight and you're experiencing the sleep disorder because of the renal failure, well, guess what happened? It's right here. It's called Sleep and Lose. A product that contains an ingredient known as melatonin that literally, ladies and gentlemen, stimulates the normal melatonin inside of your body and cause you to rest like a baby. Those who have used it have said to us that, listen, as long as they live, they will not go without it. Why? Because once they rest the head on the pillow, then sleep is what they do to the point where somebody has to wake them in the morning. Protein is important for all of us, and plant-based protein is available here. 25 grams of plant-based, pure plant-based protein, zero sugar, 115 calories per serving. Ladies and gentlemen, an ounce of prevention is always better than a pound of cure. It's time for you to act. Where are you? How do you see your kidney? Have you had your kidney tested? Have you gone to the doctor? Have you done these tests? In the event that you have, and you recognize there's some level of deterioration, what actions are you taking? Do you believe that these supplements can help you? If they can, get back to the person who invited you and let those people, get you these products. For the people who are struggling with the renal problems, the cordyceps, the shiitake mushroom, the tedavina detoxin. If you are diabetic, and of course you're experiencing high levels of diabetes or even pre-diabetes, can I tell you, the tedavina detoxin, the reishi spore oil, along with the sugar extract could very well help you. If you are that guy, because of diabetes, your libido is low, get yourself the Tonkat Ali along with the Mars or either of them. Ladies, the Venus is there for you. And of course, the vision challenges, the site is available. Weight loss, the Skull Max, Sleep and Lose. And of course, if you are seeking to bulk up and want to maintain strong muscles, get the Vita Pure protein shake, plant-based protein, of course. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for taking time out of your busy schedule to stick and stay with me. And of course, I am hoping that the information that was disseminated would have brought great value to your life and will bring value to your life. The important thing is that you take the necessary action. I saw some hands being raised earlier. Can I, at this point in time, if you have questions, to raise your hand, right? And also, if you are here with us and you have used these products and they have benefited you tremendously, share your testimony with us so that we can literally, help the people here to make a better decision. Mr. Errol Gordon, I think it is, sir. May I unmute you at this time for you to ask a question or make a comment? Go ahead, Mr. Gordon. Mr. Gordon going once. Asking you to unmute Mr. Gordon, Errol Gordon. That's the first name. Mr. Errol Gordon. All right. Paula, let me come to you. Paula, please unmute. Paula, asking you to unmute. Paula, your hand is raised. Hi, Paula, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening. I must say that the detox I ate for my husband, and it worked very well because he has dementia, and the brain food I used to work very well for him. And I'm encouraging people to take the detox to clean the body before you take any of the products. And I must say thank you so much to Petra who invited me and told me about it.
Oh, there you go. Thank you so much, Lady Paula, for really deciding to share with us this evening without me asking you. And I'm happy that your experience with the product so far is like everybody else that I know. Very, very good. Thank you very much for sharing with us this evening, Lady Paula. Samsung, I don't know who this person is. You have no name. Please, when you're coming to the calls, it makes sense that you log in with your name. But the Samsung phone that is on this raise, that what? Go ahead.
Good night.
Hi, good evening.
Felisa, my concern is about the tea.
Yes.
If you're taking medication and you can go to the pharmacy and buy the tea and still take it, or you have to stop the medication before taking the detox tea.
Well, first and foremost, Lady Felicia, thank you very much for asking the question. Number two, this tea is not sold in the pharmacy. This tea is sold by the person who invited you. Did somebody invite you to the meeting?
Yes, my cousin.
Right, so you're going to get back to your cousin and your cousin will provide you with the product, okay? The third part of the question that you asked now in terms of whether or not the tea will contradict your medications, absolutely not. The tea is purely a detox tea, and so the purpose of it is to eliminate toxins from your system. Any type of corrosion that is in your system, any type of muck that is there, that is causing your body not to function normally, the tea will eliminate that from your system, okay?
Okay, so like I am a kidney patient.
Yes.
That's well. And my mom can take it who is not a kidney patient?
Absolutely. Like I said before, the benefits are plenty. But of course, the main thing is that it is detoxifying your system. Now, if you're a kidney patient and you have some type of renal failure, I don't know if you're on dialysis or what, or to the extent
I am.
So it makes sense you also, with the tea, you secure a bottle of the shiitake along with the cordyceps sinensis mushroom to see how best, I don't know how advanced your situation is, but I am telling you, the longer you take it, the better it is for you.
Okay, so I should get the mushroom.
Right, two mushrooms, the shiitake mushroom, along with the cordyceps sinensis extract.
Okay.
And those should be able to add some value to your life.
Okay. And you speak about all of them because I take the picture for all of them.
Right. So get back to your cousin and let your cousin supply you with those things, okay?
Okay, thanks.
You are most welcome, ma'am. And I wish you all the best in your health and wellness journey.
Thanks.
Okay, great. All right, Lady Tanisha, asking you to unmute.
Hi, blessed.
Blessings, Tanisha, welcome.
Thank you. Quick question. I am a O negative blood type person, and with that, I'm not supposed to consume shiitake or cordyceps and coffee and all these things. But I would like to. I love mushroom. Anything with mushroom, I'm all for mushroom. So yes. But just the two that I cannot consume.
Well, I am O negative as well, and I have been drinking these things for 4 years, and I have there has not been any negative impact on my life.
It hasn't affected you or anything?
I've been drinking coffee for 4 years. I've been taking all these mushrooms for the past 4 years, and I have not seen where it has impacted my life negatively. However, if you feel confident and you know that this will damage your system in any way, shape, or form, leave it alone. But I'm just telling you, for me personally, I've been using them for 4 years, and there's absolutely no negative impact on my system.
To be honest, it's just the coffee alone that really gets me. Because I now and then I
Just
take
explain
some.
what you mean. Explain what you mean, but it gets you.
All right, when I drink the coffee, I feel so weak. If it's in the day, I'm falling asleep, and if it's in the night, it's keeping me up. So I definitely know that the coffee is one. It doesn't matter what coffee. It's different types. I tried.
Oh, yeah. Have you tried our coffee?
I've never tried yours, but I think I'm gonna skip on the coffee. But the mushroom part, I'm wondering, like, you say you're O negative, so you're all right with it, and
Yes,
I kind of drink shiitake, and it's no problem for me.
Okay. Well, work with what works for you.
Okay. So do you have any that doesn't have the cordyceps in it?
Yeah, man. You remember now, there are different types of mushrooms. So we have 9 different types of mushrooms available. There's a lion's mane for cognitive function. There's a reishi, that is the all-in-one, right? There's a shaga mushroom, that when you combine that with the reishi, it reverses the diabetes and, of course, cancers and different types of ailments. It provides your body with a lot of the nutrients that the body really needs. There's also the maitake that helps women with the issue of fibroids. So the shiitake and the maitake usually works in combination, to eliminate fibroids from the system and also to stabilize the hormones of women, among other things. So these things are providing the women with the nutrients that they need to have great reproductive health. There's also which one am I missing out on now? The agaricus blaze, very, very powerful as well. There's the cordyceps sinensis that we spoke about earlier regarding the kidney health. So these are the mushrooms that we have available at the minute. And of course, all the people who have been utilizing them have been singing the same song. Where were these things all along? Because their health is just simply improving.
Awesome. Another quick question: do you guys ship to England?
Wherever you are in the world, man, the person who invited you on the call, you get back to them, let them know that you would like to have the mushrooms, and they'll be able to get them to you.
Yes, thank you very much. I'll talk to my pastor. Have a blessed night.
Likewise, man. Blessings to you. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you very much for joining us. All right. Awesome. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for those questions and positive comments. Let me just check to see. Yes, the Trimella, Sister Simone, for skin health. Let me tell you guys, some time ago, my mother experienced, she was using one of the mushrooms, and the mushroom started to, cause some rash to come on her skin. And I could not understand why, but I understood why later, because her system was being purged. Because one of the things that the reishi will do for you is that it will purge your system in such a thorough way. Anything that is unusual inside of the body, the reishi mushroom will get it out of your system. So of course she was using it, and she saw the rashes coming out on her. She got very concerned. I said, don't worry about it, mommy. I'm gonna get the Trimella mushroom for you. I got it for her, and she took 2 bottles, and her skin is so pure right now. She resembles, that of a young baby. Even myself here, having some challenges with my skin as well. I've been using the Trimella now for about 6 months, and ladies and gentlemen, my skin has never been better. Very, very powerful in terms of the mushrooms that are available through Vida Divina. So we are here essentially saying to people that if you are interested in improving your overall health, the thing to do is to get these products. The person who invited you here this evening, that person loves you dearly. That person is literally saying to you that, look, I want you to live healthy. I want you to improve your health. I don't want to wake up one day and to hear that, you know what, you are no longer here because of something you could have prevented. No, you don't want to hear that. You want it to be here and live healthy. Live healthy so you can build, good wealth. So get the mushrooms. Get the sight for your vision. Gentlemen, try the Mars. Gentlemen, try the Tonkat Ali coffee. Gentlemen, make sure that you have your Shaga. Make sure you have your Rishi. Make sure you have your Cordy. Make sure you have your Lion's Mane for cognitive function. We didn't deal with that this evening because we are dealing with kidney problem. But the Lion's Mane for cognitive function is one of the best things that has ever happened to me personally. My personal story on that, and others here can share their story. As a youngster growing up in Jamaica, I was severely abused when it came on to physical beating. You know what I mean? I'm talking about from family members to friends, to schoolmates. And every time people would, want to attack me, it was always in my head. And that affected me badly. And I had a severe memory problem. I couldn't recall things quite easily. I could not retain things easily. In fact, let me tell you, it was so bad that in an exam I did at UWI, in my final year at undergrad, I sat in a 3-hour exam for 45 minutes and couldn't remember what to write on the paper. I just could not remember. Had it not been for God, I would have failed that exam. Because when I prayed, I said, God, please help me to even remember one word. And it was the Lord who opened my understanding and started to bring back things to my remembrance. It was that bad. But when I started consuming the lion's mane mushroom daily, let me tell you something, man. My focus, my concentration, my recall is that they would say in Jamaica, it turn up till it buck. They say it turn up till it buck, ladies and gentlemen. Focus up there. Concentration up there. Recall, memory, top notch. That's what the mushroom, Chimela, has done. Sorry, the lion's mane has done for me. Alright? So I want to thank everybody who participated this evening. So many good points, so many questions were asked. And so therefore the only thing for you to do now is to get back to the person that invited you. Let them know that you need these mushrooms for your survival. You need these mushrooms with all these antioxidants, the phytonutrients, the polyphenols, and the microactive compounds. But remember, before you start, get your teas, man. Get your Tedevina detox tea and drink up that tea. You will live to tell Christopher that, look here, thank you for introducing me to these products. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you this evening for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us on this another health and wellness seminar. It was Saturday Night Live at its best. And of course, it only happened because you made it happen. Thank you again. We look forward to see you another Saturday. Look for the flyer as we will be looking at another topic that is pertinent to your health rather, and of course the health of the people that you love. Whenever you see these things, invite as many people as you possibly can, because I can tell you, somebody is looking to you to help them to improve their health. God bless you. Have yourselves an awesome and amazing night until we meet again. Bye-bye.